What's good, y'all? It's your boy Reed Got Options, and thank you for joining RGO on another episode of Sunday Stocks. And like I always say, whether the market is up or down, we see green. And we had 4 red days last week. It was a short week due to the holiday, and we made money off of puts. Yes, the market was red, but our pockets were definitely full of green. Don't believe me? Come over to the Discord. You can see what we were doing. Just win after win, whether they were small or big, we were making plays after play when it came to the downside, right? Taking the small accounts up 235%, just making day trades. But the one thing I want to do is break you guys away from the shackles of zero DTE trading, break you guys away from the shackles of just day trading. Yes, you will make a lot of money day trading, but you will not succeed in the long term if you do not trade for the long term. I'm not saying anything's wrong with trading day trades or short-term swing trades, but the long term will make you successful as a trader because you will understand how the market is moving, and then you will not panic sell or FOMO when you have your long-term portfolio, because you can get blended up in days like this when you have long wicks to the highs and wicks to the lows, because you could be getting a put right here and it get burned and it comes all the way back up, so on and so forth, like with the calls, right? So I want to show you guys exactly what to look for, how to chart up for the long term, and then how these long term contracts are going to send you to the moon, because those 100%, 200%, even 500% to 1,000% plays that you guys are looking for happens in the long term. You get what I'm saying? Like this big play right here, Wednesday, April 9th, when we had this big green surge, that sent everybody's long-term portfolio to the moon. Now, if you were a short-term day trader and then you got in here, then it was great. But a lot of people missed this move because you got blended up during the day. Trust me, I know I was one of them, not with my long-term, but with my short-term day trades. So when you're looking at SPY, right, or any stock, you could, the way we're trading, charting up SPY, you could do that with any ticker. But you want to go to the 12-month chart, and you want to get all of this data. So what I did was go from 2025 high to 2020 low, because that's what SPY, we had a big dip, and then we were looking similar to 2020 this year. So that's the data I wanted to get, right? Looking at this, SPY dropped all the way down to 478.94, and that's where we got our bounce at the 66618 range. We also had 1, 2, 3 years of rejection right here at the 66618 range. It's a strong resistance. Now it's turning into strong support. One can imagine how strong that support would be for the next couple years and pushing us forward. That's why I'm looking to stay in a SPY for the long term, especially when Buffett starts buying in, because in Q4 he sold 100% of his shares. But we'll talk about that at another time. Now, looking at the monthly chart, we got a strong bounce right here, and then we're trying to get above the 78% retracement level and the 21 EMA. We do that by the end of this week, then we're in good standing to run with SPY. Also, when you're looking at triple Qs, it's the same thing. In triple Qs, the data that I have for that on my 12 months or my multi-year Fibonacci retracement is 2025 high to 2023 low. I got 2 years worth of data, and we're doing the same thing. We're about to bounce off the 66618 range. So when you're trading for the long term, the same way you would chart up your day trades, you would chart your long term up like that too, and then you find your price targets and your entries and exits. Like I would love to get in around this area, around 445 for the long term, and play 480 for 3 to 4 months out. You know, play your long-term trades every quarter, or you can get leaps and play it for a year or two out, because that's going to protect your money. You're not going to get burnt up by theta or none of that stuff when it comes to trading. But if you're day trading, you're hoping that the stock is going to move up and down 1%. No, you're going to get blended up and you're going to lose, because you can get puts right here, not have a stop loss, and then boom, from 433 to 446, it just ran up. And then you didn't stop it. You weren't paying attention to your phone or anything of that nature, and you just lost all your profit. That's what happens. You could blow your portfolio up a lot when you day trade or do zero DTE trading, because you rarely hear someone blew their portfolio with long-term options. You rarely hear that. But now looking at the day, what we do is chart up the short term. We're going to look at things like this. This is a possible bull flag right here. So we're going to take the trend line from the top, boom, go from right here, connect it right there. You can see we're wedging inside here. Also, close to this trend line is the 9 EMA. We break through here around 450. We can start running up to 460. Once we get through this area, 450, 452, then yes, we can start pushing up to the 78% retracement level, which is around the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. We break out of the 200 EMA at 483, then you could bet your bottom dollar that we're running to the highs in the short term. Trust me, a lot of things are going on right now with tech because the tariff situation, but if you're believing what Trump was saying, he's trying to make a deal with China. I think both sides are getting exhausted when it comes to tariffs and restrictions and things of that nature, that they're going to start coming through and make some type of agreement. It may not be the best deal, but it's going to be a deal to help traders get rid of that panic selling mentality that they have right now. Also, looking at NVIDIA seems like it's primed to bounce right now because it is holding strong at this 50% retracement level at roughly $100. Now, if we break under $100, we're going back at the buy area around 87, 83 right here. That's when we got the big bounce, and we came, and all we did was retrace. Now, what I like to do sometimes just to get good data and to see where I'm at, I take the Fibonacci retracements and go to this high and then go to this bounce and then see, okay, cool, and where are we at right here? The 50% retracement level in this Fibonacci retracement, right? I know that seems like a lot. Please pause or reverse or rewind this video and you'll see what I'm talking about. But if we go from top to bottom of this breakout, then break down, right, you can see that the 50% retracement level to the 668 range is a high area of confluence. We got a lot of price action inside here. So overall, I am bullish on NVIDIA. Not only that, we have earnings coming up Wednesday, May 28th. So I would love to play NVIDIA for the long term to about a monthly contract to about 115. You get 115 calls. It won't really hurt you. I don't see NVIDIA dipping any further. If it does, I don't see it getting any lower than $88. It was a buy area at $88, and now it's a buy here at 100. So you can only think that when we get the rejection from here, we go to 100, we're coming back up to 112.50. So when you are trading, when you're charting up stocks, right, you want to get a nice amount of data. And the way you do that is what I showed you earlier, going to the 12-month chart, the monthly chart, anything of that nature, and then you grab your fibs and you take it from top to bottom of an area that you want. What I like to do when I'm day trading, right, and we could keep the NVIDIA chart up here right now, and we can go to the 15-minute chart. Now we're on a 15-minute chart, right? We're looking at Thursday's price action. We want to go pre-market high to pre-market low. So Thursday's price action pre-market high was roughly around 106. Draw a horizontal line right there. Then we go to pre-market low. And pre-market low was right here at 104. Then you would take your first 15-minute candle high. And first 15-minute candle low. And you would base your trades off of there. So once you try to break back out, we retraced. We did a back test on this candle right here. We broke down. We could not hold it. We could not keep it running. We could not even capture the pre-market low. So once you couldn't do that, we broke down. This is a great place to buy puts because we came below the first 15-minute candle. You buy puts from 102. We dropped down $2 to 100. That was a good $2 scalp right here. And then we just based here all day. And then we broke out, and then what we do, find resistance at the first 15-minute candle low. That's how I set up my day trades. It's real quick, easy, super simple, and it shows strong support here at this 50% retracement level, and we cannot get through 102.50. So that was a good area to buy puts also if you were day trading or you were scalping, because you could have took all this money from this $1 move right here from 102.50 all the way down to 101.50. That is quick, easy, simple. That's how you get in and out your trades real fast. You could do that for any ticker. But when you're sitting here and you're charting, you're looking at things, please don't just base it off of what someone on Twitter said, what RGO said in the Discord, or anything of that nature. No, what you want to do is set up your charts the way you want, have your price targets, and follow your plan. And please do not jump the gun early, because that is how you can get burnt on trades. Now, while we're still looking at NVIDIA historically has a great run in May. May is a great month for NVIDIA, and I don't want people to miss these moves. So let's go to stockcharts.com. And once you go to stockcharts.com, you go to seasonality of NVIDIA, right? You have that set up. April, horrible month. NVIDIA has already dumped, probably bottomed now. April is going to be done this week. And then May, coming back with a vengeance. Coming back with a vengeance. So if you get in early, you get a 4-week contract or a 2-month, 3-month contract for the summer, you're good with NVIDIA. And I'm not just going off of charting. I'm not just going off of news. I'm going off of all those things put together. And seasonality is the last thing that's going to wrap it up for me. That's how I'm looking at the trade. We talk about all these things in the Discord when it comes to the general chat, the winner circle, short term, long term central. We're calling out plays left and right, calling out plays for short term. I have a swing trade for NVIDIA right now for the 25th of April, 106 call. Entry is at 160, exit is at 215, stop loss is at 110. And I get these from the levels that I draw up, and I also get these from my multi-year Fibonacci retracements and seeing how it's going, right? So we can take all these off right here. And once you get rid of this, you'll have a clearer vision. Okay, cool. We have a support resistance flip. Resistance, now support. It's an SR flip right here at the 50% retracement level. As long as we can get above the 9 EMA and get it curving back up, we can get to 112, which is the 618 area, and 117, which is the 66 area. So the 66618 area, and a nice push to the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. We break above the 200 EMA is going to send us all the way up to 130, and then we're trying to break out and get at least to about 143 and break out this trend line, this downtrend that we have, this multi-day downtrend. So NVIDIA is looking like a strong buy. You can do a lot of things to see, like, patterns. You can sit there and take your price, not your price tool, but your path tool, and you can see the rejection from here, bang, however long you want to go for. And then you could just move this. And it's like identical right here. So we could possibly break down from 100 and then keep going down low to 70s. If this holds and this invalidates, then we're going to run up. These are things, little tools I like to use. I like to look at. It's for the psychology. It's for my psyche when I'm trading and everything, to make sure my mind's straight and I stay up on my game. What you guys need to do is just the same thing. Study. Do your own research, because it's really not that hard, but it's complicated to those that are novice, right? So it's not going to take you a day or two to understand this. It could take you a month or two, right? But when you're confident in what you're doing, you're understanding, you're learning, you're going to leave from just asking random people, hey, should I buy NVIDIA? Hey, should I do this? Hey, should I do that? Because, okay, you buy it, then what? What are you going to do? You don't know when to get out the trade. You don't know when to enter the trade. You don't know what's the proper profit to take. None of that stuff, right? So that's why I'm here to teach you guys. Like, subscribe, follow me, subscribe to the Discord. RGO got you. Like I always say, whether the market's up or down, we see green.